It's time to work out those hobby-saving muscles.
Spiking bits.
Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. It's that time of the year again, and GW is putting out its valuable bundle deals. And we all know when it comes to Games Workshop, you got to spend money to save money. It sounds crazy, but it's actually sort of true in like a weird way, I suppose. So all of them are very much different prices, anywhere starting around 170. I think some of them are 190. We'll go over all the breakdowns here in a second. You can, of course, always pick up your Warhammers for less from a miniature market or Dice Head Games. Make sure you check them out because they usually have pretty good deals on the holidays and things like that. If you missed them at Black Friday, I'm sure they'll be doing something for Christmas here coming up soon. So let's jump into it and show you what comes in one Battle Force, because they're all pretty much the same, and we've covered all these sprues at some point over the past 10 years here on this channel. But it would be nice to at least show you one and then go over the breakdown of the savings and kind of what you can expect inside. So there's 10 of these money-saving Battle Forces, actually 11 if you count the Titanicus one with all the knights in it that we're going to break down as well. That is direct order only from Games Workshop. So if you're into Titanicus and you want to scoop that one up, have your local game store order it, or just go online from GW and scoop it up as well. I'm not sure if that one, I suppose, could sell out the fastest, but it's really hard to say at this point. There might be plenty of these to go around. It's really hard to say. They didn't sell out like the Sisters of Battle army box. But anyways, so we'll go over the values of all these. There's 6 of the 40K ones and 4 of the Age of Sigmar ones. And basically each one, and I checked the Sigmar ones, and there isn't anything like rules-wise groundbreaking or anything in there. Sometimes they used to put battalions in them, but nothing like that this time. So once you open it up, you're gonna get just the cardboard box tray full of all different parts. Now, I forgot that you would get the upgrade sprues in here, and these go when they were out separately. I think they were like 12 bucks each, and then GW put them together with a decal sheet to make $25 when they put out the new Marines. But as far as that goes, you know, there is a little bit extra value for this one and the Space Wolf one as well that I forgot about. So, you know, just a little bit of a bonus on top of there. But basically all the sprues are arranged inside of the box, and I'll show you exactly what's going to come in each one. Instead of opening them all up, we have the values broken down. All right, so jumping over to spikybits.com, looking for this article called the 2019 AoS 40K and Christmas Battle Force Bundles Values and Savings. It's a mostly correct breakdown of all the values on here. So the Stormcast Eternals box is 185. Remember, they're going to vary from 170 to 185. Here you can see the units that come inside. So not a bad little spread of duders. And actually the Stormcast one and also the Nighthaunts one, which I heard the Nighthaunts one sold the most. Air quotes, take that for you know what it is, because it's the first time they've offered it in a bundle. If you have a friend that wants to get into it and you each purchase these, the Stormcast and the Nighthaunt Battle Force, and also the Soul Wars box that came out, this is the latest starter for Age of Sigmar 2.0, that'll give you a huge jump on collecting both armies, also the rulebook, and you know, pretty much everything you need to kind of jump into the game, and enough to kind of have fun and, you know, get enough of the models on the table, and then you can always pick up more stuff later. But it's interesting how those two boxes almost seem designed to go together with the starter, or you know, you can buy 2 of each and then sell off the other side or something. But just kind of keep that in mind. Another difference between these boxes and the ones that came out, well, there wasn't Sigmar ones that came out this summer, but the Apocalypse bundles for 40K seem to have a lot higher dollar value units inside, whereas the units that are in the 40K, the 640K boxes that are in these are actually you know, a little bit lower values, but you get more of them. So you're getting more $30, $40 box values, as opposed to like, you know, $60 and $70 box values. So just kind of something to kind of keep in mind, that you're going to get more of what you need to make an army, but not enough stuff to make an actual like large scale army, but enough to get you started and save some cash in the process. So here's the Stormcast one, and it's going to come in with a total savings of $90 US. So you can see the total MSRP right there. The Skaven box is $200. I think it's one of the more expensive ones, but as you can see here, the savings is about the same, but you just get, you know, a lot of large quantity of models, because let's face it, that's what Skaven are all about right there. And then the Nightheart one, 185, and like I said, first time they've been bundled. in any sort of form, so it's going to be pretty popular. I'm hearing it's been outselling pretty much every other box out there. So you're going to get a $70 savings on that, but it does come with a lot of things, and of course the chain rasps here were also in the Soul Wars box, but you need a lot of them, so no big deal. Gloomspite Gets, this is kind of the box that's looking for an identity, as far as like, you kind of, it'd be very hard to buy multiple of these and field an army, so just be careful with that. But if you just wanted to kind of pick up a box and get started with the Gloomspite Gets, which, you know, they came out basically a year ago, last January or February, I think, of 2019, which it's, you know, almost Christmas right now. So it gives you an idea of what's going to come in here. It's still going to be a pretty decent savings, $75, and it's going to come with enough like models to get you kind of started. Jumping into the 40K, we showed you the Blood Angels box, but kind of what I was talking about here, each one is going to come with lower, you know, dollar value, but more of the squad type things in here that you can kind of see. So the 185 price tag is going to get you a rough savings of $75, but remember there's 2 extra of the upgrade sprues in there that go for like $12 or $25, whatever you want to call it. So there's actually a little bit more of a value in here. We just kind of messed up on that. Tyranids, you're going to get, unlike the box that came out in the summer for the Apocalypse, you're going to get a lot of the little bugs here that you're going to need. You know, you can't just play a big bug army. I mean, you could, but you know, it's better to have some of the little guys too, especially with the new rules coming out in Blood of Ball. So you're going to get a higher savings. It's going to be about the normal price of $185. There are some in here for $170, which you can see right there. But this is probably bang for the buck, the best one here, just because you get so much more for so much less. Tau Empire, it seems like every time we turn around there's a Tau bundle box, which isn't a bad thing because, you know, Tau are actually at the top of the meta right now because of their drone shenanigans, but they're decent and they're fun looking, and you know, everybody loves Gundam, so everybody kind of naturally seems to gravitate towards these guys as well. I wouldn't say everybody, but everybody. And here's the breakdown of it right here. So 170 box is going to get you a rough value of $80 US in savings right there. So you're going to get the commanders, which, I mean, most armies are running 2 or so of those. You're going to get some crisis suits, which are okay, and you're going to get some stealth suits, which are kind of okay, but the meta might shift. There might be some points drops in the new chapter approved, and I think there was actually for some of these. So it's just kind of something that you might want to pick up one of these. You might want to pick up some start collecting boxes, or if you can get the Apocalypse box from the summer, that has a lot of the larger suits in it. That might, pairing this with one of those might definitely be worth it. Then we've got the Space Wolf box, which is kind of a misnomer because there isn't a straight Space Marine box. There's the Blood Angels one, there's the Space Wolf one. We've seen them come in halves of starter boxes for the past like 2 years. And you can actually get a lot of the start collectings because now we have the Shadow Spear start collecting, which is going to get you the Vanguard Marines, but also the Space Wolf start collecting box will get you the Aggressors and the Intercessors and some upgrade sprues. So if you need just Primaris Duders, this is still a good way to pick it up. The start collecting Space Wolves, Primaris Space Wolves, is a good way to pick them up. Splitting a half of a combo box might be a good way to pick them up. Getting the Vanguard start collecting box might be a good way to pick them up. But if you don't need a Wolfen, or you don't need, you know, the flying Viking ship here, I forget, the Storm Wolf, then this might not be a good pickup for you. But if you're interested in getting the Space Wolves, which it looks like the next Psychic Awakening book is going to have something to do with Space Wolves, Prospero, and the Dark Angels, because none of those 3 seem to be sold separately these days, well, this might be a good pickup for you. And I'm sure the Wolfen are going to start seeing play here soon because we really haven't seen much out of them since 2017. The Drukhari are coming in hot at $185. That is going to get you roughly a $90 US savings, which is basically a start collecting box. Again, you're going to get a lot of the smaller squads that you're going to need. This pairs well with a start collecting box. So, and I think there's been 2 of the Dark Eldar ones so far. So make sure you check which one's on your store shelf if you're going to pick that one up as well, because there are a couple variants and some are a little bit more savings than others. Oh, something else I forgot to mention too is you're going to get 2 Space Wolf accessory upgrade kits in this right here. So you're going to get a little bit more value, even though it doesn't seem like you're getting that much value in this one. It's kind of an eclectic box set, like I kind of started to say. Now the Chaos one's really neat because you do get a Rhino, and you know, some people are kind of like, Rhinos, they don't really have a place anymore. But the Chaos ones always still seem to kind of have a place in armies. Now, we're not seeing them in top tier list, but they will help you on the tabletop in a lot of cases just for casual or just pickup games. This box is going to come with a lot of the units that haven't you know, big combo deal. You're gonna get the multi-part Havocs, so I guess there only are multi-part Havocs, but you're gonna get the Havocs in here, you're gonna get the Termies in here, you're gonna get the old Chaos Lord from 2005, but he's still pretty dope, and then you're gonna get a whole bunch of the normal Marines as well, plus a Rhino. So the building blocks of a basic Chaos list, for sure. And you can, of course, make them any Legion you want. Savings wise, it's going to be about 75 bucks, and it only goes for 170. So it's probably dollar for dollar one of the better values of all 10 of these right here. Now, we get to the bottom of the article because there isn't any more, and I guess this wasn't the one with with the Adeptus Titanicus ones, but the Titanicus I think goes for 170, and the actual value is up around $200. But if you're planning on playing a knight only army, which you can do with Titan Death, I believe, it's a pretty good pickup. It comes with some Porphyrion, some Cerastus, and then of course the just the Questoris Knights too, and I don't think it comes with the upgrade. So I almost suspect that GW reboxed a lot of the Questoris boxes without the upgrade sprues into this to kind of offer a savings, but kind of also get them offloaded and out the door, because the current kit comes with the Rocket Pod and the Punchy Fist upgrade sprue, which for not much more. It's only $5 more, but you can buy it separately for 15. So it's a solid deal if you're a Titanicus player. Now, let me jump to this other article here where we actually went through and we averaged out the savings of all the Battle Force boxes right here. So in 2018, there was an average savings of $90.21. In 2019, which I might want to point out that there was a price increase. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but your average savings per box went down $9, give or take, which is really interesting to kind of see, because we knew prices went up, but it seems like the MSRP of these boxes went up and didn't kind of, you know, raise the bar, so to speak, on the savings as well. And you might just be like, well, you know, what's that? What's the average in $9, give or take? Well, when you're spending roughly $180-ish, I don't know what the average selling price of these boxes are, but at $9 is actually kind of a chunk when you think about it of $180, $190. It's actually a percentage. So, you know, it's just kind of something to kind of keep in the back of your mind right there. It might not be a 10%, you know, big number where you start paying attention to it, but it is right around that 5% mark that really makes you kind of wonder, like, hey, what's going on here? You know, so we'll keep an eye on the savings for next year if they do come out with these Battle Force boxes. Maybe they'll come out with Apocalypse Part 2 this summer. You know, we're back, Apocalypse Reloaded all over again. That would be really neat to see, because I think they sold a lot of those boxes then, and then, like I said, they had a lot of the larger units in there, so some of those would pair well with some of these 40K boxes that come with the smaller kind of squad size level units right there. So that's it for this one. Thank you for hanging in there with me while I talked probably way too much, but I tried to give you as much information as fast as I could about these Battle Force boxes. Overall, they're all a great deal. You are going to have to spend a little bit of money, but you can always get your Warhammers for less from Miniature Market or Dice Head Games or at your local game store. Most everybody sells at a discount these days, so make sure you check them out this weekend before they disappear for the holidays. That's it for this one. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment on all our videos.